Alrighty, so it is week 9 in our class, and week 9 indicates that halfway point in the 18-week classes where you get to make that decision if you're going to stay around, finish this class up, or whether you're going to drop. Now, I recommend everyone stay around because there are still opportunities to get caught up. The reality is that if you're behind right now, you have to make a determination based on your life and your schedule and your everything if this is a class that's going to work for you. I give opportunities for students to get makeup work done. So hopefully you're understanding that and taking advantage, right? But at this point, if you are still enrolled at this time next week, right? So this is me recording before this week starts. And if you are enrolled after October 12th, which is next Friday, you're going to get a grade in this class no matter what happens. So that's the big distinction for students coming from high school, right? This is not an option you have. And there are some students that are in here from high school, some that have been around for a while. We have a variety of people. So I just want you to understand, right, what this point in the semester means, and if you're going to make a decision about staying or going. If you do drop at this point, it is a W on your transcript. So, really talk to your counselors if you're at all in question about the impacts of doing it. But again, I don't recommend it. All I'm doing is giving you information, okay? Way important. Okay, so this week, and I've mentioned this before, but this is my travel week. Okay, so I actually leave the morning that this item is due, and I won't be back until the Tuesday I grade this item. Okay, so, but all that means to you, right, is that just know if you're reaching out for help, that's great. If it's to chat, I'll still be checking that and still checking in, and I'll still be grading. But if you're looking for me on campus, I won't be around this coming Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Okay? So let's look at the week. So we're starting a new topic. We're going to move from CSS and HTML to JavaScript, our little bit of programming language. And you all got some programming language last week in the classwork. So this is JavaScript is a more popular, more commonly used, one of the most popular programming languages in the world, so that's fun. And you're going to use Code Academy to do it, not like we did with VB. This is a continuation of the Code Academy. But many of you really enjoyed that programming assignment, so I actually might think about, as we move forward, a programming assignment I could give us related to that. Okay? So probably the thing that's going to be besides that different this week is our classwork. So this classwork is going to be different because what you're going to do is you're going to take, and the video is going to walk you through this. I am going to give you a caveat of something to look out for. In the CSS color one that we did, in this one, we're going to actually take this as a base document, and you're going to end up making a web page out of it, right? And I want you to follow along. Do what I tell you to do. You're also going to learn another new thing because I'm going to introduce you to a way of putting your files, and in this case the two files that I'm talking about is an index and a CSS file on a website called GitHub. This is an example of a file out on GitHub, but I walk you through how to do all this. So this is a great assignment, and it's one of those assignments you really want to, if you kind of test out how well you might, if you are interested in this, or how well you grasp the HTML and CSS. I do give you multiple ways to do this. Some of you could just do it right in the Code Academy. Some of you, I recommend, if you really want to do this, download something like VS Code. This is what I use for coding. It's an editor. Let me just give you a view of it. I've been working in it this morning. Like this morning I've been working on my JavaScript class that I teach. And so this is the index. I don't, in this case, have a CSS file, but this is optional, right? But what you're going to do is take that base document, and then you're going to create a website. But the only thing, and I've done this for a couple semesters now, the only thing that's come up as a challenge as far as does it work or not is actually the way I have you embed the image. So that's why this second video here is to give you, because I think in the first video I talk about using a photo you have out on Google Drive, and I found out later that doesn't work. You actually have to use photos.google.com. Now I use it for everything, but what you would do here is you would place a photo out on here, find a photo of yourself, right? And then you'll end up sharing that, right? So you will make it shareable, right? Get a link. In this case, I think just get a link will do that and give it to somebody else. And I walk you through that here, okay? So I'm just gonna say, right? This is one of those, does takes a little bit longer than some of the other work, but it's really good and important work to do, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so that's the work you have this week, understanding how the week flows. So my goal is, before I head out of here, is to actually go ahead and release one more week. I'm going to look at that today because I have week 10 laid out for you already. And like I said, I hope to lay out week 11 by the time I finish. This is, by the way, the last time. If you're interested in going to Valley Dev Fest, you can ask me for a ticket. This is the last week to do that. So if you're interested, and I've been talking about that for a while, go back and listen to that, or email me if you want to know more. Okay? Have a great week 9, and I'll see you, so to speak, when I get back.